Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogown Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. It's great to see everybody here. It's good to be back. It's been a week. Yes, Mr. Lee, if you're here, I actually was late by 1 minute. You know, I've been a little out of the loop. I mean, I know what's gone on in the past week, and I just really, first of all, I want to say to Linda, Arnold, and her family, my deepest condolences. That it's a tragic, a tragedy that such a thing happened, and my heart goes out to you guys and everybody. Sorry. I know it's been a week, and I haven't had a chance to address this, or just send my condolences. And you know, first time I was ever on YouTube was on Carrie show live. It was a couple of years ago, Halloween. He did that 7 days of Halloween or 8 days of Halloween, and it was the first show. And first time I went live, on his show, and I didn't even have my show yet. I was just, some guy who said, "Yo, well, come on." And I was kind of hooked, and Carrie would encourage me. He encouraged me to start my own channel, and when I did, you guys were there. He supported me. He came around and would come on, and I would go on, Bigfoot Odyssey, and yeah, I owe a lot to that man as far as the encouragement and the support in the beginning. It's funny because Stevie, the first time, like we had known each other in chat, Stevie and I, as far as like Paranormal Portal or whatever, and that goes back years. But the first time she ever saw me, and the first time she ever went on Bigfoot Odyssey in the chat, I happened to be on the show. And over the years, Stevie and I have developed this amazing friendship, and she's my best friend. And I'm thankful for it. But I just want to say, again, my prayers are with you guys, and God bless you guys. You'll be missed, Carrie, and thank you. All right, guys. Well, I've been away for a week. I did some camping. I did about a week's camping over in Kentucky, at the land between the lakes, and that was cool. I can't say I experienced anything as far as Bigfoot or anything paranormal, or but it was such a relaxing trip. I had some company. Stevie B drove up from Florida. She drove like 12 hours to get there. And my buddy, Barry Browning, he drove like 6 hours and came up, and those guys hung out for the weekend. And it was really cool. The place is just so gorgeous. I did some fishing, bunch of pictures. Shit, I forgot. I was going to download. I have some on the computer. I'll pull up some videos and stuff from the trip. And yeah, it was just an amazing place. Beautiful. It's funny. Before I went away, my gut told me to go to one side, and I didn't listen to my gut. I listened to Barry, and I went to the other side. And you know what? I'm glad I did. I had this kick-ass camping spot. When I got there, no one was there. Out of 40 spots, nobody was there. And then people started showing up. But um, right on they call it Kentucky Lake, Tennessee River. Right on the river on this little bay called Red Hollow. And it was so serene, it was just so peaceful. Um, after Stevie had left, and I had brought my kayak there and had it all set up, and I kept looking at it, and I'll go out on it tomorrow in the morning, or I'll go out on it later, and I just didn't. And then I get a message from Stevie, because I didn't have there was no service, but if I put my phone on the cooler in one spot, it would periodically get a flash of a service, and a message would come through. And I happened to get Stevie's message saying, "Please call me. You have to call me. It's important." So I got dressed and packed up the camp just enough so I could leave, and packed up the dogs and went. And she told me about Carrie, and I'd gotten some messages come through, but I didn't have a chance to read them from other people. And it was a weird trip. It was a weird drive back to the camp. But when I got back to the camp, I made sure the dogs were taken care of. And I took out the kayak, because I realized on the drive back, that I kept saying tomorrow, I'll take it out tomorrow. And then in that moment, on the drive back, I realized you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So, take advantage of today, make the best of today, because, you can't live for tomorrow. You got to live in the moment. You got to live for now. Plan for tomorrow, but don't live there. And don't live in the past either. But yeah, I realized that my tomorrows weren't promised. So I changed my shoes, got that kayak loaded up, and I dragged it out there. And I went and I enjoyed myself. I caught a bass. I was like, I just live for today. I was when I came off the main road, when I was coming back from talking to Stevie, I got onto it's a 1.5-mile dirt road to get to the campsite after you get off the main road. So I got onto that dirt road, and it's little spooky a little bit, And I actually said out loud, I said, "All right, Carrie, give me a Bigfoot. Let me see one." But no. But I have some pictures, of eagles, and I saw bison. They have a bison and elk range up there, which is pretty cool. A lot of deer. Saw a lot of deer. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I didn't even say hi to anybody, and I'm sitting here babbling. So sorry. Val, how are you? Hey, Papa C. Long Island Bigfoot. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Hey, Jen. MPW. What's up, man? Old Buzzard Roost. What's up, Roost? Hey, Jeff, Pine Island. Richie Evans. It's good to see everybody. It's weird, being away for just a week, just taking 2 shows off consecutively. And I felt like I feel like I've been gone a lot longer. It's weird. Christy, how are you? Great to see you. Hey, Nikki, Mr. Lee, what's going on? Crave Dog, what's up, man? Brian and Chewy go hiking. Hey, Pammy, what's happening? Pammy, my sister. Bigfoot Atheist, how are you? Howling Underdog Films. Hey, Charlie. Arizona Squatch, what's up, Kenny? Hey, Sugar Britches. Sharon, Gemini Moon. What's up, Gem? How you doing? Great to see you. Hey, Angel. Well, Cindy Finn. I might have said hi to you already. Jamie Cotterill. What's up, buddy? Ida Bustamante. Jared, Crazy Indian. How's it going, man? How's the old lady? Hey, Kathy. I say that with love, old lady. She knows that. So does Jared. Chris Jarvis, what's up, man? Mike Kirkpatrick, good to see you, buddy. Who else? We got a lot watching. All of a sudden, 78 watching. Who else? Who's your Squatch? What's up? Who else? Remiel. What's up, buddy? Remiel Acosta's coming all the way from the Philippines. I got your comment in the last video, that recent video. Thanks, Remiel. Hey, Stevie B, what's up? Karen, how are you? Alberding. That is right. Alberding, is that right? So yeah, guys, welcome to the show. If you've never been here before, it's pretty simple. What I do is I will post the link in chat, and anybody wants to come on, talk about whatever you want to talk about, Bigfoot, whatever, fishing, I don't care. Click on the link and just follow the directions. All I ask is that you turn off YouTube in the background. Otherwise we get a nasty echo. Also, if you don't want to be on camera, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see stop camera. Just click that on. And it's pretty simple. So let me post that. All right. Link is in chat. I know. Oh, there she is. What's up, Stevie?
Hey, what's going on?
A little echo.
I had to put headphones on because the setup I got.
All right, we've got. I'm not sure who this is. Hold on. What's up, Jeff? Bigfoot atheist.
What do you mean you're not sure who this is?
I couldn't see it in that little screen, dude, until I pulled it up. Then I was like, oh shit! I had to look at the paintings behind you. I was like, oh, okay, that's who that is. Oh, so you guys figured you're not going to do your show, you're going to do mine. Okay.
We didn't realize that you were inbound again here this week. I've been watching Messenger today and hadn't seen you online. I thought, man, maybe he's not back yet.
It depends on what you call back.
Well,
I'm back on YouTube, yeah, but
it's good to have you back, brother.
Oh, thank you, man.
You picked a hell of a week to be gone, huh?
See what shit go away and shit goes down. I don't get it.
Always happens that way. Always.
Yeah, no, that was that's really a shame. That's I'm really kind of tore up about it. I'm not going to sit here and praise the guy like we had the best relationship. We used to be friends, and then after the 168, that kind of changed. But I still, I had respect for the man.
I had said in Odyssey's chat that it was because of him and his show that I found the whole community. I found everybody. Like you had said earlier, that was the first time I ever saw you, Moats, and we had been friends in chat all over the place.
Me too.
Could I have the podium for just a second?
Absolutely.
Hello, Mobs.
What's up, man?
Glad to see you're back, brother. Stevie B, you're lovely as ever, girl. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Jeff, love you, brother.
What was that pause?
I don't get a lovely. I don't get any of that. I knew that.
Well,
I knew he'd freeze up there.
He's like, Jeff, nice hat.
Jeff,
he
nice
was
cowl on your hat.
mesmerized
Yeah.
by all the booze on the wall in the background.
That's a funny looking cow. Ben, well, from what I can see of you, usually good to see you again.
Good to see you too, man.
Good to barely see
I
you.
love you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here. Yeah, I know. Bigfoot Atheist, it's another one of my handles. I know it bears explaining for some people. And
No, I
I
really don't.
can save that for later.
Mhm.
But look, when it comes to this is what I've got to say about Carrie Arnold. Whether I knew the man or not, personally, which I didn't, whether I followed his channel or not, doesn't matter. What happened was tragic and it was sad. Period.
Yeah.
The man has a family, he's got friends, just like the rest of us. And to be taken out of life in such a manner just makes you think that it's just not fair. And I know people say nobody ever promised life is fair. It's a tragic, sad thing.
It is.
And if you don't have empathy for that, then you're just not a fucking human being.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
I'll say
agree.
something that speaks greatly to his character, and that's that. About 8-9 months ago, I think a lot of people who are kind of in this little circle kind of understood that one night on Lockbeard's channel, we were joking around. There was a few people that, let's not deny the fact that there were people that were kind of a love-hate thing with Bigfoot Odyssey. I don't think it had anything to do specifically with Carrie.
What do you think about my Greek?
And
Can you read it?
I had made a joke that night. I was scheduled the next day to be on Daniela's show with Larry Batson. I was going to share my encounter, and Larry was going to draw it, and I was looking forward to it.
Give me a second.
Daniela wasn't comfortable with something I said, and she had canceled the show. And I had sent a message to Carrie apologizing. I said, I didn't. I was actually trying to defend you guys, but I made a joke, tongue in cheek, and I get it. And he said, Jeff,
She doesn't get the jokes.
He says, the fact that you sent me
the
a phone number in Messenger and said, feel free to call me. And he did. Within 5 minutes, he called me. He says, it shows me that
That's where the
you're a
past
stand-up guy, and as far as I'm concerned, you can come on my show whenever you want. And since then, we'd talked probably 5 or 6 times on the phone. Kind of developed a little friendship through that. So I thought it spoke really highly of his character. He didn't hide from people. He confronted people head on, and he wore his feelings on his sleeve, and I respected that.
And he put himself out there. He put his phone number out there. He made himself open.
Oh, you could call him anytime.
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 I'm not going to say that I agree that me and him saw eye to eye on everything, but I will say this. I don't think anybody in this community has put as much effort into establishing an event that was centered more around fellowship than anything else. I mean, the 168, yeah, there's a documentary that follows it. Yeah, they tried to come up with some evidence, but really what was the biggest accomplishment of the 168 was that it brought so many people together. It established so many connections. It allowed people to share their theories in person amongst each other and help educate each other and learn from each other.
Learn from each other.
I mean,
exactly.
to me, that moves the science more than any picture's going to, So kudos to him. And I really hope maybe it won't right away, but I hope that the 168, that somebody is capable of preserving that event in his honor.
Well, it'll be preserved in all of our memories because I met new family there, family for life.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie took me on that project knowing that I had never been so much as Bigfooting. I'd never been on any expeditions or outings like that. He knew that, but he trusted that I would be okay. And I met some great people, and they're now family.
And you were okay, and you did amazing at that outing. You know,
Thank
you you got out there and busted your ass just as much as anybody else, and nobody gave you any treated you any differently for at the
you.
time
No,
she had an amputated part of her foot was amputated. um but yeah, you were amazing at that. I was proud of everybody for you know putting in the time and the effort and the sweat and the blood and the tears that was put into that. You
And
know,
long before his hundreds of guests ever even came along and the 40 some thousand subscribers showed up, he started out him with a genuine encounter that he shared with people. And to this day, the way that he shared it in such a genuine way, um, didn't try to pour any sauce on it or anything. I would say that it to this day, it's probably in one of the top five, not just encounters I've heard, but in the way that he shares it. He's very genuine about every time he shared that story.
Yeah, I don't care whether you liked Bigfoot Odyssey or didn't like Bigfoot Odyssey or whatever the hell. Um, in my opinion, an important part of the Bigfoot community, if that's what you want to call it, an important part's been lost, man. Period. That's my opinion.
yeah. He did provide his he said his goal was awareness, and it's if if we're bringing people on our shows and letting them tell stories, then we're kind of doing the same thing. We're trying to make that awareness, but I don't concentrate on that, but we're all doing it, you know?
In one way or
Um,
another.
yeah. And I do it, in public. Ask, Stevie. It's like, I'll talk to anybody and bring up Bigfoot because I don't give a shit. I'll never see him again. Either I'm going to get your nuts or it's going to be, oh, it's funny you should mention that,
Yeah.
you know? I don't care.
And I think anybody who's taken the time to look at Linda's Facebook page and the stuff that's been shared, uh, especially that clip of him sitting down at the piano and just improv playing and singing "Leave the Light On," or every light in the house is on. I think it's really a testimony that he was the real deal. He was a genuinely nice guy. And if your opinion, here's what sucks, and I hope that we can make ourselves better by learning from this. I've heard people say, well, I don't like Carrie Arnold because of the way he interviewed this guy or the way. What about the 290 some people he
pretty good interviews
interviewed
before
and
that.
did great? I mean, we're always going to remember the one thing, right? We got to stop doing that. It is an actual representation of what I've been saying for a long time of we don't search to find the 90-95% we have in common with each other and move forward with that. We take that 5% we don't like and we try to poison each other with it, and we just have to stop doing that.
Absolutely. I don't understand what the hell does it. What does it have? What does liking somebody have to do? Just look. You know what? If somebody says to me, "I don't like Mobes, I don't like WTF, I don't like Jeff, I don't like Nikki's show, whatever," you know what?
Don't
Fuck
watch.
off. Okay.
Don't watch.
I'm sorry to be so blunt like that,
Yeah.
but basically that's going to be my thing. Fuck off. I don't care.
Well, I hope there's
It doesn't
people
even
that
have to be that hostile, Joe.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
move
Well, I
along.
mean,
Don't watch.
It's a
You are
choice.
entitled not to watch. You're entitled not to like anything. I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely. And
It's a
but you don't
choice.
need- right. You don't need
You
to
can
point
choose
that
to
out.
watch or choose not to. It's that
What do you-
simple.
What are
I
you
hope
trying to
they'll
influence
always-
me with when you tell me I don't like so and so? Well, you know what? There may be some people in this Bigfoot community that I don't like. Do I run around going, I don't like this guy, I don't like that guy, I don't
Yeah.
like this person, I don't like them? No, I don't do that. Why? Because it's respectful, and who gives a fuck whether I like them or not?
Well, I hope there's people that don't like me because if there aren't, then they just don't know me that well because there's a lot of things not to like about me.
I'm getting
Matter of
triggered.
fact, Jeff, No, I'm kidding.
There's
Go
a
around
lot,
the panel and everybody. No.
there's probably a lot of reasons not to like me. I don't give a fuck. Okay, there's people in this community that I love, and as I said, I didn't know Carrie personally. I was going to have him on my show. I regret now that we never worked that out, and that I never got a chance to have him on my show because I would have loved to talk to him. Because yeah, whether or not I thought the man was very personable, and I could tell that he was very personable. It's not somebody that was an unlikable person, man. So if you're going to tell me I don't like Carrie Arnold, well, fuck you.
Well, before you
Well,
say that, find out
Sorry.
why. You know,
There-
people have their reasons. I didn't see eye to eye with the man. The first time I met him, the first instant I met him, we almost had a fight. No shit.
I was there.
People are people, man. You know, we
He
get
was,
over
he
shit.
was, you know, he wasn't somebody to really get butthurt about stuff either, because right before
yes, he was.
well, I'm going to give you an example of a
So
time he
will I.
wasn't, and a lot of people would have been. And that's right after the 168, when he was editing and producing the documentary. Before he put it out, he sent Doug the pictures, the green squatch pictures, and asked him. He was all excited about them and said, "What's your opinion?" And Doug looked at him and said, "I don't see it." And a lot of people in his position would have been like, "Well, screw you then." You know what I mean? After that, I mean, it took a month or two, but after that, him and Doug developed a pretty good friendship. I mean, Carrie would message him a lot and ask him for his opinion. I know people in this community that once somebody says, "Man, I don't see it," to them, they write you off. They don't appreciate your brutal honesty. They think you're an asshole and they won't ever talk to you again.
No, it happens all the time.
What are you going to do?
Hey, Belle, good to see you.
I don't want to come off the wrong way. I'm just saying that, you know what? If people are going to come out of the woodwork now talking about, well, I never liked him, you know what? Be respectful of the. Be
Absolutely.
respectful, man.
And I don't see that happening a lot.
I don't
mean,
either.
I think prior to him passing, there was people who didn't bite their tongue about their thoughts. And I think this is one point where I've seen a lot of people just simply exercise their ability to not say anything if that's how they felt. Unfortunately, we don't have that filter often. You know, we'll get a productive. I noticed on my show, well, chat will get going. It'll be productive. Everybody's interacting, talking, sharing their opinions on a subject. And there'll be that one guy who disagrees. And instead of just saying, "Hey, you know, I don't agree with it," or just saying, I don't know if I agree with that, he's got to come in and just light a bomb off on how he thinks the guest is an asshole. You're crazy. It's like, you don't need to do that, man. But
yeah, I mean, it's there will be a hole, you know, for a while, and
It just kind of doesn't seem. It's surreal. It's hard to wrap my head around it. You know?
Yeah.
I spoke with Bradley Hatcher, and you know, those guys were close, and he said the same thing. It's surreal. It's just, it hasn't sunk in.
Yeah. Takes a while sometimes.
I'm sorry. I just read Jay Fritz's comment.
Yeah, Jay. Grumpy old bastard.
Oh, Jay,
Now,
sweet tits Fritz.
That's why I always appreciate this show, because Moses' show is all encompassing, man. And that's why I've always appreciated this show, because it's all encompassing.
Oh.
You know.
Well, and unfortunately, this is something that we're probably going to have to start preparing ourselves for in our community.
At our age,
we've got a lot of, you know, John Bender and ankle pass. That was a big deal. You know, Carrie went way before his time in a tragic accident.
Absolutely.
That's a huge deal. But if we're going to be brutally honest with us, how many people are in our community that are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s that, you know, we're trying to pass that torch off to the younger generation, but you know what? We're going to start
there.
seeing this. We're going to start seeing this annually, probably, where we start losing somebody that we had some reverence for.
Well, that's a real comforting thought there, Joe.
Well, it's just the truth. I'm sorry.
I
It's the
know,
truth.
I know. It's
Yeah.
wow.
Hey, every year that I get another year older, with the way I've lived my life, when I get another year older, I just usually go, huh, go figure.
Yeah.
Well,
You're just surprised you
I
made
think
it
that
far.
every morning, Joe.
Carrie and I are the same age. I mean, by month. It just kind of hits you like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Every morning I wake up, Joe, I say, go figure.
Go figure.
Last night it was about midnight. I was walking down the steps down to the man cave to grab a beer. And about 5 or 6 steps from the bottom, it was kind of dark. I was wearing socks. I slipped. And my right foot shot forward, and I somehow ended up with my left ankle, but right behind my left ear, pinned behind me. And I oh my God, I could tell I screwed my knee up, and I got back to my feet, and I was
Break a
like,
hip.
hey, can you imagine when you're 70 years old when that happens? You don't get up from that shit. like Moat said, you broke a hip at that point. Life's short, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Live, every moment. I know it's hard, and we get into the rut as just society goes, of that daily grind and just trying to survive. But
It makes you want to appreciate the people that are near and dear to you even more.
Absolutely.
yeah, tell them you love them. Don't
Yeah.
don't
Give
I
them a
love
hug.
you, Stevie.
Say, I
Love
love
you,
you. Love you.
I love you, Nikki.
I love you.
I
Love you
love
guys.
you,
Love
Jay
you, Mo.
Fritz.
Nikki, I love you.
I love you.
I love you, Mr. Lee.
I love you, Joe.
Wait, where is he? He backstage.
Mr. Lee started something one night weeks ago. He had said, hey, Jeff, and he put the big red lips up. And I was like, what the hell was that? So I typed it back to him. And now it's like everybody's starting to hearts and lips. And
Hey, you know what? I am not embarrassed or shy to say if I ever meet Mr. Lee in person, I'm going to plant one square on his
Right on his lips.
yeah, kiss him full on the mouth.
Slip him the tongue.
I was going to say.
I can't guarantee no tongue. I can't.
I don't know about slipping in the tongue, but
Well, he might slip it
Oh,
to
yeah.
you. So, either way.
I will whisper something completely inappropriate in his ear, though.
well, yeah, that's a given.
What are you going to say? Manchester United? No.
I'd get him all riled up.
Oh,
Where
Lord.
is Jay? I thought he'd come on here.
See, I told you. With tongue.
Yeah. His girlfriend's going to get jealous.
Yeah.
She might be into that. You never know. I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay. I got to catch up in chat. I haven't been. Kelly Malpy, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Bat Mom. Flying into Trackway. What's up? Stacy Perez. How are you? Love you too.
Stacy.
Stacy.
Who else?
And there's Barry Browning,
Yeah, what's up, Barry?
Brother Barry.
So yeah, after I left
got that
LBL
stuff.
this weekend, I went over to stopped in Tuscumbia, Alabama, and I hooked up with NAC, Northern Alabama Cryptid.
Tuscumbia.
Tuscumbia,
Okay.
yeah, it's north.
That's what I said.
I've been to Tuscaloosa. I haven't been to.
Florence.
Yeah.
It's near Florence. It's northern Alabama, northwestern Alabama. And I hooked up with NAC and his wife and his grandkids, and we hung out. And they came by the room, and then that was on
Northwestern.
Friday.
Is that by Muscle Shoals?
Exactly, right next.
Okay,
to
I
it.
know where that is.
Okay, yeah. I actually went to a little fish place in Muscle Shoals and grabbed some catfish and chicken, and yeah, brought it back to the hotel because when I went there, I grabbed a room. I needed a shower and get back
Bob
to
Seger wrote a good
Were
civilization.
song
people
about
telling
it,
you
so-
that, or
No, I
you could just tell yourself?
yeah. The dogs were acting funny. It was just scary. So yeah, but no, they showed me around on Saturday. We hung out and we went and saw. Showed me the town, and it's the same town that Helen Keller was born in.
He said that. I said, huh?
I said that's what she said. And just different sites. The Trail of Tears, is there. He showed me around, and there actually that weekend there was a motorcycle ride, I should say. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to watch my back. And it was for the Trail of Tears, so it was really it was a cool area. So I had a good time. And so NAC, thank you very much. Also,
I bet they have a big Helen Keller museum and all that there, don't they?
They do. I think every year they put on like to play the Miracle Worker in town. Local play. But it was fun. It was really cool to see, different parts of the country, and meet people from those parts of the country, and just it was really. I enjoy meeting people. I mean, I've met 3 out of the 5 here. Well, 2 out of the 4.
Someday, Muggs. Someday.
Yeah, well, you never know. I'm not.
We're gonna walk through the woods with bandanas and banana hammocks on.
Who's we?
Me and you.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Me and you, man. Well, you know what? My banana hammock doesn't have a pocket, so.
Don't ask me where I put the cell phone. You can't just throw one of them on and walk around, Joe. You gotta primp and prep ahead of time. You don't want to look like you're hiding a squirrel in there.
Yeah. Dog's like squirrel. I asked. I was talking to Bradley Hatcher, and we talked about the 168 coming up, and obviously it's not gonna happen. But then maybe something can happen. Maybe we'll do something. Have an outing. And I mentioned doing it at the site of the 168, and Bradley was like, "Ah, shit, we got to go back to Florida." But it's something to think about. I don't know if anybody be interested, and just having a camp out down in Florida, unless somebody comes up with a better idea. I don't know. Somebody said something about keeping his memory alive or keeping that going with, I think Jeff just said that earlier. And I think everybody could put some, between a bunch of us, we could pull something together. If not Florida, somewhere else. But I don't know. Any thoughts?
Richie asked a question. Richie, the Trail of Tears was the trail that the Cherokee were forced to take when they were forced out of their lands.
When they were moved to the reservations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Look it up. Judy says Stevie B, a Florida trip?
Well, let's see.
Out of Florida.
Out of
I
Florida?
say it'd be an excellent opportunity to relocate it to somewhere
No,
else.
I'm just saying. This is. I don't know that this would be an annual thing or anything, but it's just something that.
Well,
based
when
on
I think of
respect
that,
and-
if there was somebody that had a great location, like My mind's going blank now. Somebody who had land where you could put some type of, some type of homage, a monument, or whatever. I mean, the problem is where the 168 is. You couldn't do that probably.
No.
But
Well,
I don't know.
when it comes to Florida, in about 6 years, by law, I'm going to have to move there. So
When I said I'll be the only ass backwards one to
Would be
retire
yours.
and go up north. Yep.
I don't know. Something to think about. Wait, Eric says people Bigfoot is a hoax, not real.
that's your opinion.
That's Eric.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Sasquatch is real, though.
Real though.
Patrick Vaughn, how are you?
I was gonna say, wait for him to follow it up and say, Dog Man's real, but Bigfoot's fake. Or
Sasquatch is real though.
Guys, I put the link in chat. Anybody wants to click on and join us? I have a few more spots. Excuse me. NAC said, Mogs, we had a blast. Dude, so did I, David. So did I. And thank you again. He gave me a big bag of muscadine. I don't know if you guys know what those are.
No.
It's a grape. It's a grape, but it grows from like Texas all the way up actually to the Jersey coast. They make muscadine wine out of it, and I'm sure they do jams and stuff like that. But
do they taste
they grew wild in his. What's that?
Do they taste different? Does it taste like grapes or?
It tastes
it's a
like
lighter
grape
taste.
juice almost. It's like the flavor of grape juice.
Oh.
Just straight from the grape.
And there's a few wild grapes in the bowl, and I swear I took one of those. I ate one of those, and it almost tasted like cotton candy.
Oh.
I was like, "What the hell?" I knew he couldn't stay away.
There he is.
What's up, Jay's head?
Oh,
Who'd we just lose?
it was Jay.
Oh, I didn't do it.
he was there.
I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't mean to
And
cut
then he
you off,
wasn't.
master.
Jay, you'll have to click on again.
Come back.
What are we at? Jeez, we were almost up to 100 watching. That was awesome.
You know I love you, Jay.
Hey, Tony Crow Creek says muscadine wine is awesome.
I'd imagine so because it
Now
does
I gotta go
taste
get
grape
it.
juice.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to stay away from alcohol now. Period. Which I mean, it's not a big deal for me, but
So
I did like to drink occasionally. But now I'm gonna.
So
have to
hell is officially frozen over, huh?
Huh?
I was gonna say, should I change my background? I feel
Hell
bad
has
now.
officially frozen over, huh?
Yeah.
You're quitting
Good going,
drinking.
Jeff.
Yeah. No, my diet, man. I mean, like I mentioned the other day, my diet is Mo, you might not know. I was hospitalized for about 5 days because of diverticulitis.
Mhm.
And,
I changed my background for you, Joe.
so yeah, hey, there you go. That should be for Jay.
Yeah, that should be Jay's
that'll get him back.
That should be Jay's
Yeah.
background.
Oh, man.
I've had to change my entire diet, and I have to do it, man. I just, there's no more being stubborn about it. If I want to live longer, I'm gonna have to change my diet.
You gotta quit these too.
Yeah, I gotta stop that
So do I.
too.
Not
But,
being a hypocrite, I gotta quit.
Hey, man, it's like it's a choice of, do I continue to live like my body is an amusement park, or do I not be stubborn? I eat, what I have to eat now to stay alive. Well, I mean,
Smart thing to do.
not all the joy has been taken out of my life, just a little.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt when you pee yet, does it? As long as it doesn't hurt when you pee, you're probably pretty good yet. You got
my dad's IP address for his computer when he was alive was "It hurts when I pee."
It hurts when I pee.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I named my Wi-Fi FBI surveillance van number 7. And that way when my neighbors look for available Wi-Fis, they see
They
that.
stay away from that
Think
one.
somebody's spying on them.
Nice.
honey, that van's back again.
No, Papa Steve, none of the nutritionists that I know of would tell me to eat grain. Now, I have to eat like healthy stuff, but I can't eat breads with like actual whole grains in them or anything with seeds. What kills me is I can't have strawberries anymore. That sucks.
So
'Cause I
Jay,
love,
is there anything that you can't eat? You can
Scrape the
eat pretty
seeds
much
off. They're on
anything,
the
can't you?
outside.
so I got to cut out a lot of high fat. Um, I can still
So much
have
for
some
keto
fat, but not
or the carnivore.
free, uh, really fried foods. Which there goes a good part of joy. I can't eat. I can't
Just
eat.
don't
those,
go to the fairs. You'll be all right.
You know,
Joe, you're so full of shit.
not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, there's
Well,
salad
it
for that.
sounds like he's eating a
Little
lot of
roughage.
salad, so he probably isn't anymore.
I'm gonna loan you my damn life alert, Jeff.
I could have used it last night.
Nope. Next time somebody says, "Ah, man, you're full of shit," I'm like, "That's where you're wrong."
Long Island Bigfoot says Jay's chair is a retired Sasquatch.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I am leaning way back in it tonight. Oh,
Mogs
Hey.
had fun hanging out. It was cool.
you like that place, Russell?
What's that?
Where
Alabama?
you at? Up there,
Yeah.
Red Hollow.
Oh yeah. Oh, in LBO? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was
that's
beautiful.
cool. That's
it was
cool.
beautiful. Beautiful place.
Place. Yeah, cool place.
Angel, we do have a
Apparently,
place,
I picked the prime camping spot that everybody wanted because
Oh,
when people were showing up,
Yeah.
you know, people are just loading their boat and you're like, "Oh, you got that great spot, man!" And many people said it. And as a matter of fact, as I was about to leave, a Jeep pulled up. They're like, "Are you leaving?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, great."
There was
You
a
know.
ridge line all the way around us, like in a horseshoe, and we were tucked into the little nook of the ridge line. And right in front of us was just the lake, and it was we had our own little cove right there at the lake. So it was
Natural windbreak.
tucked away.
It was
Perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, perfect weather. I mean,
Skinny
perfect view.
dipping.
Hey,
Yeah.
Muggs, when
I
you,
was dying to get in the water the whole time I was there. I was sitting there trying to scheme and figure out how I could get in the water the whole time,
Without rusting.
without rusting.
or losing a body part. Like go floating
Again.
down the. Shut up.
Oh,
Just
Hey,
get
Mom,
your
when you
chair.
get a
Just
spot
get
like-
your get your chair up to the top of the ridge, and then just Johnny Knoxville it right down the hill
Cannonball.
to
Yeah,
the
right.
lake.
When you get a spot like that, Muggs, do you like? Isn't there a small part of you that when you see people that, like, you know, they're like, "Damn," isn't there a small part of you that goes, "Yeah, I got it."
well, I didn't know it was the prime spot. I mean,
Yeah.
for me it was, but I didn't know everybody else
You're
liked
just-
it too.
You're sitting by your fire, grinning as everybody drives by, and like, you mother.
I got on because I want to ask Nikki if that's the picture of her husband back there behind her.
One day it was, not anymore. Oh, yeah. When he
Bruce
went
Springsteen's
to
song Glory Days just
Afghanistan,
passed
maybe, but not anymore. BB
That's fine.
retired.
That kind of looks like
Don't
Joe.
sound so disappointed.
That's what
I
Joe's gonna
know.
look like when he
He's
loses a
gonna
bunch
catch
of
hell
weight.
for that. That's what I was thinking.
Thanks a lot, honey.
He don't watch
Well,
that
Just
show.
support me.
He doesn't watch. He
You
don't
better
know.
be glad he doesn't, because he would catch hell for that. You know you would.
I hope he's not like ear to the door listening.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever quite look like that, but
That's what you're gonna look like if you lose a bunch of weight, brother.
I had my glory days.
My glory days are yet to come.
Yeah, you might get back there now that you can't eat shit anymore. Might as well start working out, Joe.
Well, you know
Go
what?
full
Actually,
circle.
If I could afford a gym membership again, because like I had a membership to Anytime Fitness, man, and man, I used that from the time I was like I guess 40, 48, 49, and just worked out for like 5 or 6 years straight, like almost 5 days a week, man. I mean, I was in like the best shape of my life. And if I could afford that again, I probably would get back in the gym and start lifting weights, and just to show somebody that a man that's, nearing 60 years old can buff up, man. It depends on
Just
how
get a couple of
determined you
cement
are
blocks.
and what your diet is, man.
Get a
Oh,
couple
you-
of cement
you get out
blocks,
what you
start
put
throwing
into
them
it.
around the yard.
And you don't need steroids, man. I never used steroids when I was lifting weights. I gained all the muscle and everything else that you see in those old pictures that I've shown before. I gained
Naturally.
all that muscle naturally through diet and just pumping iron all the time. And it felt good, man. Don't get me wrong. Let me tell you, it felt
I've seen
good.
those pictures. You look good. You.
It felt good.
I mean, I was in my top shape when I was in the Army. I mean, I was 100% fit. I could run 5 miles. I was always working out, and then had a bunch of children and blew up. I mean, I lost 130 pounds over 2 years to get rid of all that weight that I gained. And I'm still getting myself in shape, especially now after my amputation. I just started going back to the gym, and I got in the pool that first time and was like, oh my God, I'm out of shape. And it was nothing to do with my legs, trust me.
What's your secret, Fritz?
I think Jay's asleep.
Recliner
How do
crunches.
you stay so chiseled?
Chair
Me?
Yeah.
Never been chiseled.
See, that's why you only see him from the head up, the chin up.
Yeah, you got some shoulder there showing there, Jay. You might want to cover up.
His little side table's on the right side where he sets his beers, so his right arm's bigger than his left arm,
Oh, God.
No,
I
it's
hate
weird.
it.
I have a clock on here, and it says that I've been live for 3 hours and 52 minutes, but that doesn't
No.
make sense.
Well, that's because
Just
we
50
waited
minutes.
2.5 hours
52
for you to
minutes.
come on.
Yeah,
Right,
just
right.
52. Yeah.
I don't know why
Everybody
it's
wants to know what is the 20 to 25 minute ritual that you go through prior to starting?
Well,
I
why do I
know.
put it on at 20
I
minutes?
jokingly say that you're on the toilet and you're selling the Buick, but I mean, everybody
know.
wonders, what is it? Was he like? Is he like running in place, getting warmed up? What are you doing?
No,
It's a lot of
I
pacing.
go on early
He
to
paces.
A few paces.
He paces.
No, I get shit ready. I get
You
water, I
pace.
get everything ready, and
He
then
walks
have
circles
a
around the
cigarette,
living
take a
room.
piss, and then I come on.
Around the house, not just the living room.
He has
He
to
paid-
fix his hair and the
He
bandana.
paces a
and-
mile before each show.
Yeah,
He
you know
just
he's back
paces
there with the
back
blow
and
dryer.
forth,
And
That's
saying,
the secret regiment workout there. He gets
I
I
his
got to
paces
see
cardio
him
in
without
pacing.
the bandana.
He had
he
a
paces back
center.
and forth, saying, "God, I got to go on with all these shitheads again. God, please don't let this show go down the toilet right away. Let me get a good hour in before."
There's a lot of sighing,
You know what, dude?
you
I
know,
don't even worry about
exhaling,
a lot of
that. I used to do that.
occasional mumble.
He had a center section in his house where he had his computer set up, and there was a path around it where he wore all the varnish off the floor.
In a complete circle.
We know what Joe's pre-show ritual will be now. He'll have a juicer and he's
not
shoving
anymore.
He's shoving
No.
carrots and kale in it.
Nah, really, my pre-show.
Going to anger management classes because he can't drink it.
Going to anger management. Looking in the mirror, going, "You have self-worth."
He'll look over, Molly's sipping
You
her
are
huge
somebody.
giant glass of wine, and Joe's like, God.
Nah, my pre-show Ritual was just packing a cone. Really, I mean,
I can't believe you can't eat strawberries no more, boy.
nope, the seeds on them.
Take the seeds
Yeah, I know.
off of them. They're on the outside. Skin those little bastards.
That's true. There is always that option.
Yeah.
Violent.
Bananas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question. Do I have to give up bananas? Because I am so primate that I love bananas. I'd wrestle a gorilla for a banana.
I'd pay to
I had a romaine salad last night. It had strawberries and mandarin oranges in it, and
Oh, yeah.
mozzarella cheese. It was good.
It's good with
Pomegranates.
pecans.
Richie, I don't
With
usually
the
use
strawberries
jalapeno.
and pomegranate pecans.
People
and
put them pomegranate seeds over all kinds of stuff, but do people just like chew right through the seeds like they're not there? I mean,
They
I don't
just
think-
swallow them.
I've always had a problem with that.
You know what? I had those muscadines, and they have seeds in them. I couldn't eat the seeds, and it's got a thick skin, so I just kind of chewed it, spit it all out. I mean, I got the juice and a little bit of the flesh out, and just the rest I got rid of. I didn't want to deal with the thick skin.
Mogs is like eating each grape like a cob of corn.
Corn a cow.
Little core at the end.
Ding. Ding.
Yeah, I used to have virtually no pre-show ritual. I didn't do shit. I just waited and then I just click live. Now it's like part of this deal with Doug. It's like I gotta update the opening video and put the new guest in it and download that and put that in. I mean, it's like a whole checklist of shit. And then now I realize I gotta go through each guest. I have to remind of the instructions. Please don't swear. Last night, my guest dropped the F-bomb. And
Oh.
of course, it didn't even jump out at me because my show's been full of F-bombs in the past,
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't think I'd go on the air if I couldn't drop the F-bomb.
Oh, let me amend my last
Me too, huh?
statement. I wouldn't actually wrestle a real gorilla. Those things will kill you. But I'd wrestle a stuffed gorilla for a banana.
And you still wouldn't get the banana.
If Jay was in a gorilla suit, would you wrestle him?
Absolutely.
I'd like to see that.
Well, I'd wrestle Jay even if he wasn't in a freaking gorilla.
Joe wants to spoon with me. I can tell.
Just oil him up and bring it on, right?
Hey, we can go camping and spoon, Jay, if you want.
I know it. We're gonna sleep back to back. I can
Yeah,
tell
you
you
guys
that.
will be zipping your sleeping bags together, filling them full of Mazzola oil.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Well, if it's wintertime, there's body heat.
Damn right. Do anything, stay
Yeah,
warm.
you can do without the
That's
oil.
right.
Where's your hand? Between two pillows?
So many pillows.
Those aren't pillows. How about them bears?
Yeah.
That's still one of the funniest scenes from a movie.
Oh, geez, that last one hurt.
So, Jay,
Yeah.
what have you been up to, man?
Hang on a second. Go ahead. You guys talk. I gotta do
I ain't
something.
done much of nothing. I'd have an MRI. My neck's been really bothering me. And I had an MRI and I got 5 bulging herniated discs.
Ouch.
What?
Is it in your lower back, middle back, neck? Where are they at?
It's in my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because your head's on a swivel when the women are around.
So
Yeah.
are they going to do some cortisone injections or what are they going to do?
Well,
Anything?
of course, the first thing he mentioned was surgery. He's going to put me to a neurosurgeon. And I looked at him and I said, ain't nobody touching my neck. Just forget about that.
Well, I'll tell you, Jay, that is an invasive. I had that surgery. I had the C2 through 5 vertebrae all fused together in my neck.
Yep.
Because I had couple discs that I had taken a fall while I was ice fishing, and I got up, thought I was fine. And a couple of days later, I couldn't turn my head, and then I had pain shooting down my arm. And that surgery, they make an incision from here to here, open your throat up, pull your whole voice box and throat and everything over, and they replace those discs from the front and then sew it up. And I'll tell you what, they put you on painkillers for like 3 months. You can't swing a golf club or do anything while you recover from it. If you can do cortisone shots or anything to try to fix it before, then I would do anything that you could to try to avoid the surgery.
I don't have any pain down my arms or anything, thank God. And but I'm gonna have him. He's gonna go in there and deaden a couple of nerves for me. That's really all that bothers me is those 2 nerves in the back of my neck, as far as pain. But I done told him. I said,
"Okay, wait a minute.
You guys are retarded. You guys,
I'm like, wait a minute here,
guys. Seriously,
We're retarded.
I was gonna come on tonight with Jay Fritz as my name. I was gonna put Jay Sweet Tits Fritz on there, and
oh man,
look at this. The
goodness.
backgrounds are even.
I'm a little confused.
My mind's scrambled right now.
I'm a little confused.
I feel like I just shotgunned. I feel like I smoked a Primo all of a sudden.
You know, they just been dying to do that. So where are you guys?
I'm at home.
So he's in Florida.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You knew something was up when he started out with the outdoors background and he wasn't home. You know what I mean?
I didn't recognize it, but it was dark. So
he hasn't been home, so that probably wouldn't have been too confusing.
I thought, did he find Wi-Fi at a truck stop gas station and the light doesn't work in the bathroom, or what's going on here?
I was like, holy shit, Mo's just the portals are real.
I was trying to.
I just watched Joe go.
I don't think you'll saw it, but I stopped camera and Moog's emoji came up, and I said, "Oh shit!" And I sent him a text, but I don't think he heard his phone. So
I saw it, but I couldn't really answer.
Yeah, I can't believe nobody saw that.
I really thought he was just broadcasting from a bathroom stall.
That was funny. I was sitting there trying not to laugh, and I couldn't mute myself, or not. I didn't want to touch anything after that.
oh man.
Well, yeah, that's where we are. We're in Florida.
Nice.
Nikki said, "Y'all are retarded."
Yeah, we are.
I was for a second.
It makes people think.
Shit, this stuff is strong.
Where did that just go?
I'm gonna put Life 360 on both of you guys.
I thought something was up right away, and I'll tell you what tipped me off is you put the link in the chat. I clicked it. Brings up StreamYard. Everything's all set for me, so I just click enter. And as I'm waiting for it to load, I hear you saying, "Oh, hey, Stevie, how are you?" And I'm thinking, how did she get in there that fast? She was
already there.
She was already there. They had already planned it.
Well,
yeah. I did notice that. I did notice that too.
See what Barry Browner wrote? Fast. We're in a different dimension. Mogs is Stevie. Steve is Mogs. I don't like it. And is it cool that I just figured out how to do that, Nikki? Bringing up a comment.
At first, I thought you guys.
Oh yeah, she's got
you
the
guys
power now. Actually,
right.
You could have done it here too.
Oh well.
At first,
I didn't want to touch anything because you were like, "Don't touch the screen." You said, "Don't touch the screen. Stop touching the screen."
It's because it's a touch screen and you're trying to wipe it off while it's.
Oh shoot! So the one time I touched the screen, his emoji pops up that quick. That's why I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "How do I get it off?"
I was slow to catch on when you guys came back. The first thing I thought was, you guys went to the trouble to even screenshot your backgrounds send them to each other, put them up as your virtual backgrounds, and then you come into her screen and kiss her on the cheek, and that's when I realized, okay, everybody else probably caught on quicker than I did, but
not me.
I was thinking it was some elaborate.
You're a little slow, boy.
Like Jay, if you got out of your chair and screenshot your chair sitting there without you in it and send it to me, I could make that my virtual background and everybody think I'm over at your place, sitting in your chair.
That's true. Yeah, no, we're not that savvy.
Everybody think, damn, that Harding, he's brave sitting in Jay Fritz's chair.
Well,
he must be up to date on his tetanus shot or something.
The day that we left to go to Arizona, the day we left to go to Arizona, Jay left to go get the rental, and I wasn't feeling good. That whole day I was sick to my stomach. It was bad. So he left me sitting in his house and like, cool off, stay here, feel better. I'll be back in a minute. First thing I did was I walked in the living room and I looked, and there was 2 chairs, same chair. I looked over and he had already said that one was his over in the corner. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a selfie. I got to take a selfie in Jay's chair. I sat down in his chair to take a selfie, and all his dogs came at me. Like, you're not supposed to be in that chair. I mean, all of them on my lap.
Who owned that chair before you, Archie Bunker?
Hey, don't you dare mess up the ass groove in that chair. It took a while to work that thing out.
Yeah.
Nothing a steam iron can't take care of.
Be an awfully big steam iron.
I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you set a level in. It fits me perfect. I got it shaped to my butt and everything.
Mr. Lee, no, dude. Come on. Don't even put that out there. It's not nice.
Oh, come on.
We're best friends.
Not cool.
Stevie, did I tell you that Roxy passed away?
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I had to put her down. I had to put her down, yeah.
Oh, is that one
no wonder
of
I
your
haven't heard from
girlfriends?
you.
Or?
Yeah, she was my best girlfriend.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart. She was the first one to come jump in my lap.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's just it happens,
Barb says, "How long are you there, Mokes? Take me, Stevie, and Jay fishing on Monday."
Let's do it. We'll have to swing by and pick up Sandra on the way.
Yeah.
It's a party.
Judy,
for those Jeep eating gators down there.
And Judy, no, we're not coming to get you in Arizona. I mean, in Arkansas.
Nikki, what's in the solo
Might as well be Arizona.
Nikki's got her headphones off. I want to know what's in her solo cup. Oh, she's been summoned.
You'll never
to
know.
The other room.
It's her husband going, "Yeah, I happened to be listening before, and
we need to talk."
Her husband's like, "I'm hungry. You gonna make some enchiladas?"
No, not after the show. I mean, right now. We need to talk.
So, Jeff, you hurt your back, kind of like mine. What'd you do? Fall down those 2 steps again?
No, that was I told you I slipped. We were out ice fishing, and it thawed out the day before, where there was like an inch of water on top of the ice, and then it froze that night. So the next day, I mean, it's like linoleum floor with cooking oil on it, walking out on the lake. And I had a bottle of beer in one hand and a fishing rod in the other, and I slipped in both of them. I threw about 50 feet in the air. I levitated horizontal about 4 foot off the ground and then just slammed onto the ice.
Wow.
and then caught the fishing rods before they hit the ground."
No.
But I live in a state where ice fishing is a pastime, and dude, not me, man. There is no fish worth me freezing my balls off, man. No.
People don't fish like that anymore. They have
they do here.
And
I did my
shelters.
I did my time as a
Beavers
younger
in the
fella
shelter.
sitting on a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh, so did
That's
I.
how they do it here.
But I got a 24-foot long permanent fish house with a 50-inch TV in it. And
Yeah. So
we actually have there's a just like a really fancy camper. That's what it looks like in their stove and all that. But we have a 50-inch flat screen that we have a underwater camera hooked to that is constantly turning on a rotator 360 degrees, and we drop it down one of the holes. And so we can just sit there and play cards and watch the TV and know when there's fish swimming under you.
you've turned fishing into a video game.
That's cheating.
Good job.
Well, we don't do that very often, but yeah.
No, I've seen people put the transducer down the hole and have their little fish finders sitting there, and
Yeah.
you
Typically a day ice fishing up here, we go out and literally with our gas augers drill 100 holes in a line and drill another 100 holes so it's like a giant X. And we'll have the permie out there, but we will spend all day just going from hole to hole to hole with our fish finders looking for schools of perch or walleye. And at the end of the evening, after you've been walking around on the ice all day, we just sit in the fish shack, drink beer, and play cards and throw a couple lines down.
and not a fish was caught.
Sounds like Jay going from hole to hole to hole to hole.
Playing golf, right?
I hope that's what he meant.
Going from hole to hole. Yeah, I hope that's what he meant too.
Mm-hmm.
So who else is in here? I missed a lot of people. We got 80 watching. That's cool.
And 74 of them will not click the link and come on here.
Right?
Well, they have to hit the like.
I
first.
guess I actually have to
Hit the like
supply the
first.
link in order for that to happen.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Oh.
It's hard to believe there's 80 people watching us sick fucks, ain't
Oh.
Six or sick? A combination of the
Either
two.
will either applies.
Either worked.
These sick fucks.
I know there's several people out there when I'm talking, they go, "There's something wrong with that boy."
I've told you
that boy's not right.
Many times.
I've told you that many a time.
That
Joe.
boy's not right.
Michael Haywood, what's up? Hey, the Howler, how you doing? I don't think any of us are right.
I said we're all a little broken.
I
Hey,
can
I
guarantee
take most of
you.
his advice,
Every
man,
one of
that he was giving earlier, man. I live for the moment, man. That's what I got. I got this moment, and that's what I'm living for.
They're going right. Enjoy life.
That's what I said. It's just we're not guaranteed tomorrow.
That's it.
If you wake up in the morning, be thankful. And make the best of it.
The guest I had on last night was talking about how like 6 years ago he had gone through a divorce and it was pretty messed up, and he had depression, and that's how he started getting out into the woods and really the camping and fishing and all this. He says, it's really easy to find all the things that are wrong. It takes no effort to look around you and just say, this isn't going right, this is broken. It's just, there's no effort to it. But it isn't that hard to just find the joy either, because usually, regardless of how bad things are, there's things that you can find joy in, and that he just learned to do that. And I think that applies to everybody. I mean, we saw Stevie do it. I mean, even in the midst of what she was going through, she still found the joy in the people that were around her. And
one of the things that I learned in all that, my amputation, there's life tomorrow. It might look different. It's totally different, but it's still a life, and it's what you make of it,
Well, that's the reason I came. That's the reason I wanted to come camping with the Rim with you guys was I figured like I gave up 50-some years of my life, that goddamn creature I saw. And it was time to start living again. You know,
Yeah.
doing things that I like to do. You know,
Put all the hookers and cocaine on hold. And get out there.
put on my wig.
There you go. Hey, Jay. Look, there's a lot of things that we have in common, even though you're, 100 years older than I am. But
Give her less.
yeah, we have a lot in common. Like we're both squirrel hunters.
Yep.
And I did a lot of squirrel hunting when I was a kid. And you know what though? And I don't remember how long ago this was, but I swear this is a true story. This one guy told me, he said, squirrels eat meat. And I laughed at him, and I was like laughing and laughing. And I was like, what scary kind of fucking world do you live in? The squirrels are eating meat, man. But you know what? He was right.
Yes, they do.
I found out that freaking I do live in a scary fucking world where squirrels eat meat, man. And I hunted squirrels as a kid for years and years and years and never knew that squirrels are basically, they're freaking omnivores, man. They'll eat bugs,
Yeah.
they'll eat small birds, man. They'll eat small rodents.
So all the time you were hunting squirrels, did you ever mount one? You got to be careful because they'll turn around and bite you right in the nuts.
I started saying, depends what you're talking about, brother.
Yeah, I never knew, and the guy was right. And
Did you have them stuffed?
Man. I live in a scary world where squirrels eat meat, man. And I thought these little bastards were running around just eating seeds and nuts and berries and things of that nature. And
Well,
holy shit!
Didn't you ever have a hamster when you were a kid?
No,
They always end up getting pregnant, and then the mother eats the young.
Well, yeah, I know
squirrels. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I never stuffed a squirrel.
The first day I saw that, ever since then, to me,
I was going to mount a wild turkey once, Jay, but he clawed the shit out of me.
Nasty little fucker.
That's why I'm always applauding. I'm always cheering my dog out. You got a running feud with a squirrel in my backyard, man. And that's why I'm always cheering her on. Get that bastard! When she goes to chase it, yeah. That thing would eat you if it could.
There's a dog here in the house that's been hunting lizards. She's like, what is he doing? I said, dinosaur hunting. But the dog, the color is exactly like my dog.
It's a mini Maya.
But that dog is about the size of what my dog shits.
It's the same color, the
It's
same
weird.
pattern
Markings.
of color,
Yeah.
markings, everything. The only difference is the face.
Yeah, it's
That's
a tiny
it.
little dog, but same exact coloring as Maya. Yeah. It's bizarre.
To see them both from behind next to each other, it's funny. Because mine's so much bigger. Then you have the little mini Maya.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jay, he's got a mini me, right?
Put my eyes comment up there. That's a good one.
Maya and mini Maya.
This has been
a weird ass.
I don't know. I wouldn't call it weird ass, would you?
No, I felt pretty normal to me. I said that.
I thought we were doing pretty good.
They're just finally having their come to Jesus moment where they're realizing that this is the way it is everywhere.
They're asking, why is Stevie B's name on Moog's and vice versa? What's going on?
Look, Jay's still trying to clear his eyes.
Somebody who pops into the stream right now to watch the show, they're like tapping their monitor, like, what's going on here?
This thing on.
Yeah. Hey, Hilton, I'd be playing the role of Samuel L. Jackson in that movie.
What movie?
Squirrels on a plane.
Oh.
That's nuts.
Squirrel NATO.
Fly by Stu, what's up? Hilton Littlewood, g'day. Good to see you, brother. I know I saw Megawatt. Somebody else was here that I hadn't seen in a while.
So,
megawatts.
Joe and Jay, you guys used to
Chris
hunt
Jarvis.
squirrels. Do you remember when the MEPS Spinner Company would pay you for squirrel tails? Did you ever do that?
Yep.
Tristan.
And for those who don't know, a
Sorry.
popular fishing lure, kind of an iconic one that's been around forever, is a MEP spinner. It has a little spinner blade. It's an inline wire with a treble hook. And then there's some
Usually a little
fur.
weight.
There's a little tuft of fur
Yep.
that's in front of the treble hook. That's usually squirrel hair. And if you looked on the back of a MEP spinner when you bought it, the back of the card would say that the MEP spinner company would pay you like 25 cents per tail for squirrel tails. And they had their address, so you could mail them like a box of 50 squirrel tails and they'd send you a check.
Now, Jeff, if somebody had told me I was going to live to be 100, I would have never thought anybody would ever mention that in my life.
Ew.
It's just one of those things that I think everybody who fished probably read that at one point, but I always wondered, did anybody ever send the tails in?
Yeah.
They must have, because they kept making them. So.
Finding the Trackway says MEP still pays.
I don't know what they pay, but prices go up and down.
Yeah, squirrel's a funny market.
We live so far back in the damn country. It took a month for us to get the mail, so I didn't know nothing about stuff like that.
Yeah, we used to, used to do a lot of trapping when I was younger, and prices were always going up and down. It's crazy how much they change, but
yeah, I think Field and Stream, we used to have a subscription to that when I was a kid, and I think there was an ad in the back or somewhere in there for that. MEPS was had an ad for what you just said about the squirrel tails, and
we used to have outside toilets. I can remember going to outside toilet, and it'd be a Sears and Roebuck catalog back there. And one day I found a Playboy magazine, and that's when I became a man.
Yeah,
I had to put up with.
Oh my god!
Jay's parents were like, "That boy's spending
many hours."
And he said you guys talked the whole time.
Yeah. So I'm curious, was the Sears catalog in there for toilet paper or for reading?
It was an old issue.
Sure, the article was good.
Time you were done with it.
The whole laundry section was all stuck together, probably.
Sorry, guys.
Wrong with that boy. He spent a lot of time in the outhouse.
Yeah.
Hilton's like, how heavy is a ton of squirrel's tail? 2,000 pounds.
Yep, 2,000 pounds. Yeah.
2,000 pounds.
Jay must have an upset stomach again. He's been in that outhouse for 3 hours.
And he keeps going, yeehaw!
Several times a day.
Oh, Lord.
Wonder you didn't go blind, Jay.
Muggs, are you starting to regret this yet?
That's why he's got
Why he rubs
glasses.
his eyes so much?
Muggs is ready for another week vacation, I think.
You can't say he didn't go blind. He's still rubbing his eyes.
Wearing his sunglasses like Stevie Wonder there at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, damn lights bother me. Hold on.
Anita, how are you? Somebody said, my eye says, Anita, save yourself. Click out.
Speaking of Stevie Wonder, one time, and I'll never forget this. I was in some kind of public restroom somewhere, and on the stall was written. Somebody had wrote.
Good night, Barb.
Good night, Barb. Message me.
Somebody had written, God is love. Love is blind. Stevie Wonder is blind. Stevie Wonder is God. And I'll never forget that. I'm like, well, that's a line of logic. You gotta, I mean,
Full circle.
Yeah, never
God
forget
is,
that.
God is blind.
My mom used to have a plaque on the wall right by the door when I was growing up. It said, "Love is blind, and marriage is the institution for the blind."
We've got one that says, "At first, all it takes is two hearts and a diamond. By the time it's done, all you want is a club and a spade."
Oh,
Marriage isn't a word; it's a sentence.
what
It's
good.
the institution for the blind.
That's right.
Anyway, enough
Speaking
marriage
of
crap.
blind, when you were talking about Helen Keller earlier, it
I
reminded me
remembered.
of the joke we always
tell.
told as kids. What did Helen Keller say when she fell down the well?
Nothing.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Stupid joke. How does Jesus bite his nails?
How does what?
How does Jesus bite his nails?
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh,
That's bad.
Glad I'm sitting over
Oh,
here.
well enough. I'm probably going to hell for it anyway. Oh, well.
You have a lot of company.
yikes.
I just
I'll
lost.
fire one
you
up
with
with
that
you
one.
when you get there, man.
I'm not going to hell. They're afraid I'll take over.
I'm expecting, now that you've unleashed the how offensive of a joke can we tell, I'm waiting for Polly to pop in on screen any moment.
Haven't seen him in chat.
I know.
No.
We should probably do a welfare check. Call them.
Who the fuck sent the cops to my house, man?
Well, don't go 3 weeks in a row without showing up, and we won't.
Fucking send us
Just
most
worrying
emails.
about you.
Hey,
Yeah,
flyback.
Karen, mine it took me 3 times, but you know, they say 3 times is a charm.
I find it's hard to put things up on this computer, my old computer. That's what I'm on right now. Stevie's on my new one. I push it to bring it up, and it just takes forever. Karen says, "Well, I'm actually happy married. The previous one were a sentence. It took
Sorry.
times to get it right. 23 years with my hubby."
You guys need to switch back now, I think.
I'm so sorry.
Congratulations, Karen.
Yeah, 23 years is a long time. Good deal.
Very cool.
All right.
Yeah, it's been 20 for me and Molly.
Yeah,
I think you ought to be able to trade them in about every 15 years and get a new model.
I don't
Why?
want to trade mine in.
Can't you just fix one you had?
I'm not sure what the
I'm
blue book
just
value on
teasing.
it is
It's
now
just a
anyway,
joke.
so,
It's just a joke.
I mean, blue book value on my wife is probably not what it used to be, so I'd rather keep her.
Hold on.
No, you're gonna make me walk back over there. Yeah.
Yes, Kaiju, I am feeling better. Thanks for asking.
Oh, guess what I got?
What you got?
Come on.
My summons to go to jury duty. The one I
Yay.
postponed.
Oh, did you?
The one I postponed for the July trip. They followed through.
Oh wow.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mickey, just walk
you're
in.
afraid
When
he
the minute
wouldn't.
you walk in, just go, that bastard's guilty. And
And then they won't let you on.
yeah.
We'll do it. I promised I would. I begged
I
that.
am
I
Pam.
begged that
I am
lady. Let
Pam.
me have July off, and I'll
Oh,
come.
wow.
So
I am Pam. I'm so sorry to hear that. My husband of 34 years just passed away.
I'm
Oh,
so sorry.
my
Sorry.
condolences.
Yeah, prayers.
Sorry about that, sweetie.
And congratulations for making it 34 years.
It's
Right.
tough. I lost my second spouse. She passed away at an early age, 38 years old. So yeah, it's tough losing your spouse.
Tell me about it.
All right, let's not go down that road.
That's one good thing about turning 70. You don't have to go to jury duty no more.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You're too
then
old.
for what
Really?
reason?
You aged out of that?
That's right. That's true. Once you turn 70, you don't have to go.
I mean, it
But
makes
why?
sense.
Is that because the bailiff doesn't want to keep having to wake up? I mean,
Because I think they probably think you're senile.
Your
They,
dementia
probably,
sets in.
Jay would be.
Sets in.
they looked at
They'll
me and
keep
said,
helping
"You
us.
senile, you senile old fuck, get out of here."
They'd say, "What's your name? And tell us about yourself." And he'd say, "My name's Jay Fritz. I was self-abducted yesterday, and the worst part is I was probed." And they'd be like, "You can go home now."
You're dismissed.
My art flyby? You mean my wood burning or my art? I not really. I don't have that much. I usually do a piece of work and then I give it away. So I don't have a stock of stuff here.
We're all pretty creative. Nikki's into wood burning. Joe's into weed burning.
And hey, just to be fair, people have told
fire
me
good.
from time to time, they would say, "Man, you are a piece of work." So just
Abstract.
Sounds like a
art.
compliment to me.
That's
I
an
usually say thank you.
They went dark.
If that's not a compliment, then they just need to learn to be more specific, Joe.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all there is to it.
I'm just like, thank you, thank you.
I have been known
I'm just-
to occasionally make something for, somebody special.
Enchiladas.
If you want to pay for it. If you want to pay for the shipping.
Yeah, you got to
I
pay
don't know.
for the dry
See, now
ice.
I can't make all that food because I'm not eating anymore. I'm not eating that stuff.
Put your
so
tamale
it's
orders
hard.
in today.
Some pasteles.
Can't.
Well,
Really
Christmas,
serious.
Christmas will be here in a few months. You can.
Oh yeah, I still have to make the tamales because that's tradition. So
I'm waiting for the for my wood burning of the Whiny Big logo.
Well, that's good because that's about all you can eat that she makes. is the wood burning.
Make sure there's no seeds.
no, now he has to eat my salads and the baked chicken and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Whip him up a kale smoothie there, Nikki.
Ew, I don't even like those.
Kale smoothie.
Ugh,
Oof.
yeah. No, but it's working. It's working slowly but surely.
I'm drinking a big glass of kale pectate on ice right now. So
Wow, delicious.
I think the biggest thing once I cut the sugar out, it just started changing, me. Once I started stopped drinking all that soda I was drinking.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When I started being more health conscious and knew I had to drop that weight, the first thing I did was took sugar out of anything I drink. Everything that I drank, I took sugar out
And
of it.
Jen was really right. The monk fruit it's good because it's really good in coffee. Because the stevia is good, but it tastes bitter. You know,
Yeah, it has that little bite to
something. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
something there.
I think you get used to it if you do it like anything. I mean,
it. You probably
when
could, but
when I stopped
something
drinking
that's hard to
regular
get used to.
soda and I switched to just diet soda, I was the type that if I took a sip of Diet Coke, I mean, it just tasted like carbonated water. I mean, it just didn't have any
Tasted wrong.
flavor. The one if you're going to switch to diet soda, the one diet soda that did taste fairly like the regular was Diet Dr. Pepper. I could drink Diet Dr. Pepper and it actually had some flavor to it. Now I drink Diet Pepsi. Like I'll drink 3 or 4 of them a day.
Just today I tried a Mountain Dew Zero or Mountain Dew Diet.
How was that?
And it's sucralose. It's not aspartame.
Yeah.
Is
in
it
it.
good though? Does
And
it taste
it's okay.
good?
The flavor I
That's
got,
what I'm
it
drinking
said
now. That's
it
my
said
favorite.
mystery flavor on the label.
Oh,
I
Wow.
only
yeah.
bought one just to try it, and it
Yeah,
was
that's
good.
what I would do.
It was okay. It was
Huh?
decent.
Several of my real estate
Okay.
agents drink
Okay.
Mountain Dew Zero, and some of them still
Yeah, I do.
drink
I just
Didn't
Diet
know what you were
Mountain
doing. It
Dew.
wasn't.
And I was like, well, what's the difference, right? Well, the artificial sweetener is
Here,
the
right.
difference. But the ones that there's some of them that whether it's that's the new branding. There's diet stuff and then there's zero. Okay.
Zero.
So
Right.
you see it on iced tea, you see it on diet sodas, there's zero and
Right.
there's diet. The ones that some of them that worked for me that tried drinking the zero stuff, they said that it made them really hard to focus on stuff. Like they felt that they were scramble brained, like they'd have to read a paragraph twice to get what it was saying. And then they switched to diet, like diet Mountain Dew instead of zero, and they didn't have that anymore. And that was interesting because
Right. But then they're dying of aspartame cancer.
yeah.
Well,
It's
aspartame
one
also
thing.
screws with the thyroids.
Yeah, it's one thing or another, and
stuff.
I've tried to cut out aspartame completely. I haven't, only because there's certain things like the sugar-free gums that I like that don't stick to my dental work. Those, they'll have aspartame in them. There is some that don't. But you know what? Since this whole keto craze, you can't find them anywhere. Everything's
Yeah.
always out now.
Yeah.
But so okay, officially I am 20 pounds down since August the 1st.
Yay.
Good for you. Congratulations.
I noticed. You look good.
So and it feels good. And you know what? Last night we went to a concert and it felt good because I fit in the seat. and I noticed it, because I've been to this venue before.
Well, I was going to say it's little things like that that you notice, and
I haven't noticed
that kind of keeps you more motivated to keep going.
Yeah, and it did, and I joined a gym, and my legs feel like Jello.
Yeah,
when you drop some popcorn in your lap and when you drop popcorn in your lap and some of it actually disappears, it's like
hits the floor.
I'm like, where'd it go? It disappeared.
Oh, that's good. Keep it up.
Y'all remember that tab? Boy, that was some nasty stuff, wasn't it?
Oh,
my mom used to love tab. She
Really?
loved tab. Yeah.
Every now and then I would drink one. It had such a unique taste.
It was
unique, nasty taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just tried the other day. Coke's got another one out. It's called Coca-Cola Dream Flavor.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and I'm like, dream, more like a nightmare. Wasn't my dream flavor.
What's crazy is how many Mountain Dew flavors are. If you go to a bigger grocery store and look, there's literally like 13 different flavors of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I'll go for the hard stuff, man. Just the regular Mountain Dew. That's it.
Classic.
I think my journey to drinking water is finally. I'm okay now. Now I'm good, but I love the little Mio Zero things, the Mio flavor enhancers. Yeah, that's what really saved me. So I'm good now. Make me a big old thing of water, and I have to remember to keep drinking that water because
water's
that's
good, man.
Lemon water is even better. If you put a little lemon in there, it's good for you.
Yeah, I'm on a diet now too.
Have you seen the water jugs that have little markers on there for?
That's what I have. Matter of fact, it's right sitting over there.
Yeah, those
yeah,
are
it's
pretty
good
cool.
because it tells you drink by this time, this time, this time,
Yep.
and it has helped. Actually, it has because I'll take bigger swigs than I would normally do.
Trying to reach your goal
to catch myself up. Yeah,
yep. I like
it's working. Although I have to tell myself not to weigh myself other than one time a week.
Yep.
Because I got so excited when I lost 6 pounds in a week that the next day I wanted to weigh, and the next day I wanted to weigh, and I wasn't seeing any changes, and then it got me all
It gets
crazy.
discouraging. Yeah, you get in your head.
So I'm like, okay, gotta stop doing that. But
I'm on a diet too. I haven't had a chocolate milkshake in 2 days.
Oh my
God, you must be dying.
Probably lost 10 pounds.
I would weigh myself every Friday, Nikki, and it was so hard to wait until Friday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just slow progress, but my goal is, well, I have a goal. For when I see my doctor, I want to surprise him, you know, when I go in there and I'm less. So,
That's cool.
Whatever
but I don't
motivates
ever
you.
want to be the weight I was when I got injured because that changed my life. I don't ever want to be reliant on my kids or my husband to help me get to the damn bathroom. I don't want that. You know, that it was not a good experience. And so that's what was my wake up call.
It's really crazy that we take for
Go
granted when
down.
we were younger and we had a high metabolism, how much easier it was to lose weight. And now that your metabolism gets lower, it gets harder.
Mhm.
I remember in high school when when I played football, I weighed like 170 pounds, and then a month at 4 weeks after football season ended, I wrestled at 138, and I would lose 30 pounds in 30 days.
Wow.
And I remember at the beginning of the season, it'd be really that last few pounds. I'd go in that morning and I'd have a match at night. And I'd go in to weigh in and I'd be 5 pounds over, and I would lose that 5 pounds in 8 hours. You'd put
Wow.
on a plastic suit and jump rope in the shower with all the hot water going. You'd sweat it out.
Mhm.
You'd pee every drop in your body you
I
could
saw
get
that
out.
movie.
And then my coach, bless his heart, yeah, if you did this today, you'd probably be fired as an adult coach or a teacher. But he would take a pack of orange Bubblicious gum, and he'd open it up and tell me to put all 5 pieces in my mouth and chew it up, and I'd chew it up. And then he took it out and he said, make it really flat. And I flattened it out. And he put a little wad of Red Man chewing tobacco in it and told me to chew it so that you wouldn't want to swallow it, right? It tasted bad at that point. And he gave me an empty 16-ounce pop bottle and told me to spit in it until it was full. And
So
in
that's
10
how it
minutes,
started.
and then you'd just be drooling from all that orange bubble
That
gum.
explains a lot.
And you'd spit it, you'd fill the whole thing up, and you'd go in, you're a pound less again. I mean, it was just crazy how easy it was
Wow.
to lose weight.
Well, I know my husband was a recruiter for a short time, and well, his 3-year stint. And to make the kids make weight, they would get preparation H and rub it all over their belly and then wrap them in saran wrap so that the next day when they went into tape, they made weight to get on the bus to go.
Huh.
And because all they needed was that one tape. Once they hit that first, then they could make it all the way over there for kids who were, a little bit under.
Raptor said, eat whatever you want, and then as long as you exercise every day, you'll be fine. That doesn't always work for everybody, but it
You
did for
have
me.
you have to have a pretty active metabolism. That your metabolism is really what's going to determine if you're going to shed weight or if you're going to convert it to muscle or if you're going to convert it to fat.
Right. Well, in the late 80s and 90s, I was a ball player. I played fast pitch softball, and I was a catcher. So my knees were everything for me. But as I got old, well, and then I put one knee out, but I was healthy enough to work it back, and everything's fine. But my doctor, even back then, said, "Ooh, when you're 50, you're gonna feel this. Your knees are gonna be shot." Because I don't know if anybody know how um catchers train, when we squat and
Yep.
jumping in circles, and it's a lot. Well, then, pop out a couple of kids and you gain weight and your knees are not the same at all. And that's what happened to me. And I got cancer. I had thyroid cancer. So then they took that out, you know, and then no gallbladder. So I had like all these things that against me weight wise. I'm surprised I'm not even bigger. But
I mean, that's what happened with me. My gallbladder went out, and
yeah.
I was always sick, and I just woke up one day and said, I can't do it anymore.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
started walking.
if you're trying to lose weight, you got to cut out sugar. If you're just trying to get in better shape, you need to cut out carbonation.
Your body needs carbs. You just have to regulate them.
No, he's a
No,
carbonation.
I mean carbonation.
Soda.
And Joe
Yeah.
will know this from he was in the
heard
military. When you go into basic training, the first thing they do is they don't care how much sugar you have. Actually, at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they have Kool-Aid. I mean, you drink Kool-Aid with everything. But they had nothing carbonated available to you. And what it does is by not drinking anything carbonated, it gets your kidneys to where they're not working hard. So when you first go into basic, when you start running your 2-mile run in a PT test every 3 days, you'd run a mile and then you'd get a side ache and you're like, oh, and then your time would be slow. After 2 or 3 weeks of drinking no carbonation, you'd run 2 miles so damn fast, you'd sprint it. And you wouldn't hit a wall, you wouldn't get a side ache. That's how effective it is to cut carbonation out. You don't realize how hard your kidneys work to filter out carbonation. So if somebody's really serious about getting in shape, running further, getting their cardio up, cutting out carbonation is a huge step. You don't even need to cut out sugar. But if you're trying to lose weight, you need to eliminate sugar, because if you don't, every mile that you run just offsets the sugar you took in. So, and it's not easy cutting out sugar, because we're not just talking about sweet things you drink. I mean, sugars in bread, sugars in anything with carbs is sugar.
Every meal I made,
Giving up sugar is tough.
you guys see my food. Every meal I made was a pasta, a rice, a potatoes, or bread with all my meals. And that's just how I did it.
Right. I got right.
So that was a huge change. And I still have my family who want to eat all that stuff, and they aren't willing to change, at this point. So I make their meal, and now instead of putting that other stuff, it's a lettuce, it's a salad on the side. The meat is still the same, I'm still making the same meats, but
when you're not
Man,
willing,
I cook the same way.
like you end up like me. Eventually, you're forced to.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're forced to.
You'll make the adjustments sooner or later. It's just whether or not you do it by your choice or not.
Yeah.
It's like me with drinking. I had to quit drinking. I was forced to quit drinking. My
Yeah.
body wouldn't let me drink anymore.
Yeah, I'm not so sad about the alcohol, really. I mean, as it
Doesn't
was,
faze
I've
me.
been cutting back for years, man, and not really drinking a whole lot. And now I'm just gonna have to not drink at all. But that's okay. I don't care. That's gonna be an easy one for me. Giving up beer and all that. That's easy for me.
Is Jay still asleep there or what?
No, I was going to say,
Awake,
when you
I should
got a
say.
fat ass and you have rotator cuff surgery, it's really hard to learn how to wipe your ass with
I
your
was just going to say, can you...
I'm just saying.
This is
That's why everybody should practice wiping their butt with their non-dominant hand, just in case. At some
Just in
point
case
in
you
your
have
life.
rotator cuff surgery.
look, kids in chat. Take a good look at me,
Boy, they're a T-Rex.
Chris, and this is what you get when you live a life treating your body like an amusement park. Okay.
Mine was more like a honky tonk, but
Great life advice going on here. We got to be careful. YouTube might think we're giving out medical advice to people.
Not at all.
They're giving it with all these great tips we're throwing out.
To the show.
Practice wiping your butt with your other hand. And
I'm not giving out medical advice. I'm just saying.
Somebody's going, is this code for something?
Don't be stupid.
Who's got some other great tips?
Don't be stupid.
That's
Jay, that's when you get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Ellie says, I don't drink, period. Good.
Good.
I mean, good. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's good. Did you ever drink?
Neither do I.
I don't
And
either.
I do miss my red beer. I do miss red beer for sure.
I had anything to drink in 5 months.
Good for you.
As long as you
know
don't
that.
have to
is
give
good.
up women, Jay, you'll be all right.
Yeah, you'll be.
I don't know how
That
you'd
wouldn't turn
adjust
out
if
well.
I have my limits.
your doctor said you got to lay off the women. I don't know what.
Oh, Jeff, did you see who I went and saw last night?
The Scorpions.
The Scorpions.
I'm still loving you.
Oh my God, that he
Did they
still
sing
has
that?
it.
God, that's my
Yeah,
favorite Scorpion song.
he still has it.
Of course
He
it
still
is.
has it. It was good.
That's
It
cool.
was good. Even the first group who played before them, the opener, was Thunder Mother, because Whitesnake had to cancel because of illness. They said they had to cancel the entire rest of the tour, so we were like really bummed about it. But these girls from Sweden, they had it. They had a really good beat to them. They kicked
Thunder
ass.
Mother.
Thunder Mother, look them up. They I was kind of impressed. As a matter of fact, they got a standing ovation from the crowd.
Did they sing like ABBA?
No, they did not. These were hardcore rocker girls.
The
Let me tell
sound of the
you.
band, though, it's like I
This,
think of
yeah.
like the female version of Midget Kiss or something, like
No, actually, these were, well, the lead singer, she was tall, brunette, and the other two, one of the girls was a blonde. It was an all-girl group, so.
Well, Jay's probably checking them out right now. He's Googling it.
But they were pretty good.
I'm looking at the weather, see if we're gonna get any rain from that hurricane. I don't know how close it's gonna.
No, that's gonna go up
Today in
Bermuda.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
You guys got hail or rain, or didn't you up there?
Today
Oh,
in
no,
Sioux
that was-
Falls, South Dakota, we set a record for the hottest September 20th ever at 94 degrees up here today.
Wow.
The 93 degrees was in 1910. So
Damn.
now this is how quick it's going to
Congratulations.
change. The high Thursday is going to be like 57 degrees.
Damn.
So
I think this is the first day in 3 weeks it hadn't rained here.
It rained a little bit here.
God, we
Did it?
need some rain. All of our beans
Here
are
we go talking
have
about
turned
broke arm
brown,
floodlights
the
to
corn's-
now weather.
It's called divine
corn's drying
intervention.
If we don't
Even
get
God
some
was
rain,
like,
they're
"Drop
gonna
the
have to
subject."
take the corn out before the pheasant opener up here, and that'll be weird.
What time
Hey,
is it?
Moses, I
When
gotta
is-
cut out, man.
when does that open?
Love all you guys, man. Glad to see you back. Glad you had your fun.
Yeah, man.
And, I'll see you guys soon. And hey, don't
Good to
forget,
see you,
don't
Jeff.
pet the sweaty stuff, and don't pet the sweaty stuff unless you're Jay Fritz. Then it's okay. All right.
See you later, bro.
I gotta be going too, guys. My daughter
Thanks,
needs
Joe.
help with homework, so she keeps coming in here trying to ask me math questions, like I'm gonna know it. So
Fake it till you make it, Nikki.
yeah, I know. Okay,
Thanks,
love you
Nikki. Good
guys.
to see you.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Bye.
It's funny. It gets near that like 2-hour mark, and people are just like, "Yeah, let me get out of here before he kicks me out."
Not me and Jay. We'll close that bar.
I
down.
know.
We'll be asking for the last drink in a to-go cup.
You got that right. Closed many of them.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yep. All right. Well,
I was a bouncer for a while. Years.
yeah, I bartended for years. Met my wife at a bar. At the bar I bartended at.
Met a few women.
It was kind of funny. I'll tell you this very quickly. We had a promotion one night. It was padlock night. All the guys were issued a combination padlock, and they clipped it on their back belt loop. All the women were issued a combination when they got to the bar, and they had to go around and try guys' padlocks. And if you could find the one that you unlocked, you each won a trip for two to the Caribbean or something like that. My cousin had been single forever, and he's a great guy. And I said, "Why don't you come to this thing?" So he comes to it. I got off work. We're sitting at the bar. We each got a padlock on. I swear, every woman in that bar tried his padlock like 3 times and couldn't open it. And finally, he comes back. He went and got a new padlock because he was convinced that nobody had his combination. And he said, "I got you one too," because I hadn't been wearing one. He flips it on. First chick that walks up to me, tries my combination, unlocks it. I ended up marrying her a year and a half later.
So it was just a thing they did at the bar? Like, was
promotion
it before,
that one night.
was it before or after the meat raffle?
Yeah, it was. I think it was leading into Valentine's Day, so they were trying to get everybody hooked up.
I thought that was cool as hell when I was in like Wisconsin. They'd have meat raffles.
Oh yeah. You'd come home from the bar hammered and tell your wife, "I want 2 turkeys and a ham and some pork chops," and it's like, what?
Meat raffle.
That's what they do at small town bars up north.
It's pretty cool.
You said meat raffle. A whole other image in my head.
Yeah, that in Florida, the bars in Florida have meat raffles. It's just completely different, though.
Hey, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Jay, good night.
I thought you did go to bed there for a minute.
I thought he would. I forgot he was there.
Yeah.
I was waiting to hear snoring. And
take care, Jay. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go too.
Bye,
Welcome
Jeff.
back home, Mugs. Well, you're
Thank
not
you
back
much.
home, but you're back home on YouTube. So
yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your stay there with Stevie, and you'll probably, when you heading back to Arizona? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're saying, "Fuck it, I'm going to stay here."
Maybe.
Looks like she's got a sweet little place there behind her.
Oh, not necessarily here.
Well,
park
the rig in the driveway and wait for her to tell you dinner's ready, right?
Oh, no. She'd be like, "Is dinner ready yet?" No.
Oh, I thought you were making it.
I've been doing all the cooking.
You both will lose 30 pounds in a month.
I'm 20. I'm up probably 20 since I was here last time.
I'm going to get fat the way I keep eating.
My cooking.
All right. Well, you guys take care. It was great seeing you.
Good night, Jeff. Thank you.
See you, Jeffro.
Oh, by the way, I don't know when it came out, but Vic Cundiff's channel, My Bigfoot Sighting, I happened to click on an episode today. Couldn't tell you the number. I'm guessing it's pretty recent. And I'm like, as soon as the guy started talking, I was like, holy shit, that's Jeff. Jeff told his story on My Bigfoot Sighting. I encourage you, if you want to hear the whole story and uninterrupted, unedited, just go check it out. Jeff, if you want to post in chat real quick which episode it is. Duke, what's up, buddy? So we can let people know and they can go check it out, because you did a great job on it. I'm sorry, I just dawned on me now after you said goodbye. But yeah, you guys definitely go check that out. I'll just wait for him to let us know. Who else is here that I haven't said hi to? There's a lot, I'm sure. But yeah, guys, it has, well, still almost, not yet. Still got a minute. Faster Man, what's up? I'm hearing that echo now.
I've been hearing it the whole time.
I gotta clean up that computer because it slowed down a lot. So. Anyway.
Good night, Fly. Bye.
What the hell? Oh, there it is. It won't let me. Oh, there. All right, guys. I'm not gonna drag this out. I could.
Good night, everybody. See everybody. This was fun.
Stevie, I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Come on, that was funny.
I know. I said good night to Judy Wheeler, and it said from Buggy on Monster. I was like, ooh. That was me, Judy. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. It's good to be back. It's great to see everybody show up. It makes me feel welcome, makes me feel wanted or whatever. You know what I mean? Hope everybody had a good time. If you did, hit that like button below. Show some love. Also, leave comments. I always, usually respond or, I acknowledge them. I don't always comment on all of them, on some. Yeah. Thanks for showing up, and I will be back on Thursday. Until then, you guys do good things, take care of one another and live for the moment, Rest in peace, Carrie, Arnold. Miss your buddy. Peace and God bless.